everyone. Okay, so my name is Nicolas. I work with the Long Beach Community Action Partnership. So I've been there for over 10 years. Always been working with the community. At the moment, what I'm working with or on is helping families with their bills and helping families with the weatherization program. Okay, so let me just give you a few other numbers from last year. Okay, last year we helped 11,359 houses with the energy assistance program. We prevented almost 6,000 families from being disconnected, either gas or electric bill. Okay. Out of all those numbers, about 7,500 were seniors, and about 6,000 were disabled people. Okay. So overall, we helped the community with about 8.5 million. Okay. So what we do, we help the families with apply for utility assistance. So they either apply for Edison or Azusa, SoCal Gas, and we pay their bill. But we don't just pay the bill; we give them a credit depending on their income and their household composition. So the credits go anywhere between 209 to 348, okay, depending on their income. But if we have a family that has an emergency, maybe their bill is 600, 700. I've seen those. We help with up to 1,000. Okay, so up to 1,000 we can help any family, and that happens a lot when people have disabled people at home and they need to have all these things connected, like for breathing and other stuff. So that happens a lot. Okay. That's the utility assistance program. We also do the weatherization program. That's when we help families with helping the house be more energy efficient. So we do everything from weather stripping, checking fans, ACs, furnace. We also check the refrigerators, stoves, microwaves. Because what good is it if we help a family pay their bill if maybe their AC is old and using a lot of energy? That means that in a couple of months, they're going to be almost in the same situation. So that's why we also offer the weatherization program, so we can help them fix anything in the house. So it's either fix or replace. Okay. So for example, if there's a heater and it's very, very old, we can't even try to fix it, then we'll replace it. Okay. Same thing with the stove, microwaves, refrigerators. I don't like telling the customer that we may do it because if we promise them and then they don't get it replaced, they get really upset. So I just kind of leave it up for the after we do the home visit and we do the evaluation. Then if they qualify for the fridge, then we'll bring it up, and that's more like a bonus for them. So we assist many cities. So I have some flyers, other flyers. At the end of my presentation, we help start with maybe Wilmington, Harbor City, Long Beach, and then Lakewood, Norwalk, Whittier, and then we keep going to La Puente, West Covina, Azusa, San Dimas, all the way to Pomona. Okay. The income guidelines for people to qualify, they're low income, but not that low. Okay, so for example, a family of 3 with the income of $3,200 will qualify for the program. So I know $3,200 is not a lot, but we do deal with a lot of low-income families, so not a lot of families make that much money. Now, if that same family has 3 or 4 kids at home, that's a 6 people household, and then they would have to be making about $5,000 not to qualify. So it's not that low income, I think. Okay. So what they need to bring is, when they apply for the program, they need to have the application and proof of income for everyone in the household that's 18 and over, and they have to bring their gas bill and their electric bill. We only pay for one, but we need to have the information for the 2 bills in their application. Okay? A lot of families think that just because they're gonna get help with one bill, they don't have to pay the other one, but we need gas and electric. And we need an income for everyone in the household, so that can be, if someone's getting SSI, SSA, unemployment, obviously they're getting check stubs. That's one check stub. I mean, if they get paid every week, we need 4. If they get paid every 2 weeks, we need 2. If they get paid once a month, it's just 1. Families need to have a Social Security card number. Okay. A lot of times we deal with families that are undocumented, and we always try to find a way. We ask them, do you have maybe you have a kid, someone that's already 18, and if that's the case, that person can apply. And if the mom or dad, they don't have a Social Security number. So we try to find ways to help them. Also, for the weatherization, we help renters and owners. A lot of times, families that apply to the program and they're owners, they think that they're not going to qualify. They're afraid. A lot of times we see that they mark in the application that they're renters, and we have a database where we can check the address and we know who the owner is. And then we find out, no, now you're the owner. That's okay, they're afraid. They think that by them saying that they're the owners, that they're not going to qualify. But as long as they meet the income guidelines, it doesn't matter if they're the owners of the house. So yeah, for the weatherization, if someone applies and they're the owner, they just have to tell us, I'm interested in the weatherization program, and then we can send the assessor to the house. If someone's a renter, they also get the help, but they have to ask the landlord for authorization. So there's a owner agreement on the application that the owners have to sign, saying it's okay. A lot of times, they don't want to sign it. They think that that's a scam. They think, like, yeah, right, they're gonna fix the heater, free, get out of here. No. And that happens a lot. So a lot of times, our customers call us back and they tell us that I couldn't get the owner to sign it. So I tried, I said, give me their number, maybe I can talk to them, maybe I can convince them. Because a lot of times they're afraid that they're gonna pay for the services at the end of the year, or that's gonna show on their taxes. But it's not, because we're a nonprofit, state funded. So everything that we do is free. We do it for the tenant and the owner. They're gonna benefit as well. Because you think if we change a water heater, that's almost $1,000. We're doing it for the tenant. We're not doing it for the owner, but hey, he benefits because you have to pay for it. So a lot of times, we do struggle to get families to apply for the weatherization. Because like I said, they think that it's not real. They think it's a scam. And I always feel like it's like selling a free program. It's free, but I have to sell it. It feels like when you're selling something. It feels the same way. I've been to houses where I'm talking to a client, and then I see the person next door, I see their house, I see, I can tell that house needs weatherization. When I'm done, I go over there, knock on the door. They don't open the door. They think I'm gonna sell them something. So it's hard. But that's why I'm here today too, so that you guys know about the program, know that it's free, and if you own a house, if you have family, or if you work with the community, if you have customers, let them know about the program, and let them know, especially for the weatherization, that it's free. And again, they don't pay for anything. No one pays for any of the services. It's state funded. Okay. I do have applications. I'm gonna do applications here on my business cards if you have any questions. If you have other events, if you have other things going on, and you want me to come by and speak about the services, send me an email. I'll try to be there and talk about the programs. Yes?
So you guys pay for 1 month? Or is it the entire year? How does that work to pay for the bills?
It's not like a payment of the bill, it's a credit. So, let's say that you qualify for $200, okay? And he qualifies for $200. But your bill is $50, and his bill is only $15. So yours is gonna last 4 months. And then once it's over, then you gotta wait till the following year. But his credit's on, he only pays $15, so his credit's gonna last a lot longer. So everyone's a little bit different.
What's the average, like, price, gas and electric bill on average?
I think 45,
45 bucks? Okay.
35, 45. Anything that's over 65, 70 is a little bit higher. But again, I've seen bills, especially with Edison and LA, DWP, I've seen bills that are over 1,000. Yeah, so at that point, we have to explain to the customer, look, your bill is 1,300. We're gonna pay you, we're gonna help you with 1,000, but you're still responsible for 300. Okay. The other thing,
Oh, I was gonna ask, in regards to the credit that you guys offer, do you guys see a lot of bills that are already past due? Like 1,000?
That was gonna be my next, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, perfect. No, the other thing I was gonna mention, when we have past dues or disconnection notices, what we do, we first have to make sure they qualify. Once we have everything, the application's completed, we call, let's say, SoCal Gas. And they know who we are, they see our number, we give them your account number, and then we make a pledge. We make a promise to pay. So this family owes $250. We're gonna help them with $348. But in the meantime, when we process that payment, the state processes that payment. It takes about a month or two. So we're promising to pay. So that means that they're not gonna get disconnected. Okay? Yes?
Nicholas, I had a question. You mentioned you go to houses and you knock on the door.
I go to, yeah.
Yeah, and what is it that they needed fixing that you said you noticed needed fixing? Can you elaborate on that a little bit more?
Just looking at the windows, looking at the ACs, it's almost falling off the window. You know, just kind of you learn to observe the houses and you kind of get an idea of what house is needed. So that's what I do. I do a community outreach like this one, but then I do home visits. So whenever someone calls and they say, I'm a homeowner, I live in La Puente, and my water heaters doesn't work anymore, I get in the car and I go there as soon as I can. Because they need the help, they need hot water, especially if they're seniors, and because we also need the numbers. Okay, we need to show the state that we're spending the money. So if we don't help enough houses, the state may cut back our funding for next year.